What's going on, YouTube family? This your man Pristine back with another video. Now hold up. You guys didn't actually think that Google was gonna release their new phones, right? The Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. The XL has a notch. You guys didn't actually think for 1 second that I was not gonna feature the Pixel 3 XL with the notch on Pristine Mobile Tech, did you? You couldn't have thought that. You couldn't have thought that, ladies and gentlemen. Check. Okay, look, I'm just gonna come out and say it. All right, I'm gonna admit it. Okay, I'm a realist, and I try to keep it as real as I possibly can. I know that it's notch-ammonium in the smartphone game right now. You know what I mean? It's just pandemonium with these notches. You know, one of my subscribers hit me yesterday morning. It was like, you know, the Essential phone created the little drop notch, Apple created the notch, and Pixel created the ditch, right? Referring to that as the ditch. And I thought that was pretty funny, man. So shout out to my man that hit me up with that, man. That was hilarious. But my question to you guys is the notch really all that bad? I'm going to come out and say, I'm a huge fan of the notch. I mean, so many devices that I've had in my hands have had notches, and I'm just accustomed to it. I'm accustomed to it. And the Pixel 3, it's a very nice device, and I definitely can recommend it, but it's a little bit on the small side. And so I have to say the 5.3 inch or the 6.3 inch display with the notch, I'm just turned out, y'all. I'm turned out. You know what I'm saying? I got exposed to the notch and I'm turned out, and I'm not sure if I can go back. So I feel like the only way that I can move on from the notch and the whole 18 by 9.5 or 19 by 9 aspect ratio will probably have to be an all display phone, something like the Vivo Nex S or the Oppo Find X, something like that. But as far as these notches in these big screens, I'm turned out. You know what I'm saying? I'm turned out. You know, I returned my Google Pixel 3 for the added screen real estate, and yes, the notch on the Pixel 3 XL. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, my thoughts and impressions of the Google Pixel 3 XL with the notch. All right, y'all, so look, let's jump right into this thing. Look, I'm not bothering with an unboxing because I unboxed the Google Pixel 3. It's the exact same, everything that you saw in the unboxing of the Google Pixel 3, or if you haven't checked that video out and decide to, everything that you see in that video is the exact same here for the Google Pixel 3 XL. So it doesn't really make sense in my mind to unbox, you know, the phone when it has the same contents. This is just a bigger version of the Pixel 3. And it's got the notch, a little bit of a bigger battery. Aside from that, everything else is pretty much the same. All right. So just really quickly go into the specs, and then we'll start poking around with the cosmetic hardware, play with the software a little bit, and then we'll close the video out. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. Now, one of the most important specs being the price. This phone is $899. It's the 64 gig version. And you have two variants. You've got a 64 gig and you've got a 128 gig. There's a $100 difference in between the gigabyte variants. Now, mind you, for the Pixel 3, the Pixel 3 is $799 for the 64 gig variant. For the 8 gigabyte, or the 8 gig, for the 128 gig variant, it's $899 for the Pixel 3, which is the smaller version. The Pixel 3 XL starts off at $899 at 64 gigs. So if you want to pay $899 for a Pixel 3, then that's going to get you the 128 gig. If you want the bigger one, $899 is going to get you the 64 gig. And then if you want the 128 gig of the Pixel 3 XL, then that's going to run you $999. So this phone can run you up to $1,000 depending on the gigabyte package that you want to get your hands on. Now, one of the things that I want to mention is I think that this is really cool that Google is doing this. You have unlimited storage space under Google Photos for your photos and your videos. And I know that lots of times when people want to invest in higher gigabyte packages for storage, it's because they're trying to store a lot of pictures, video content, things of that nature. So one thing to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, is with the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL, is that Google Photos is unlimited. So that means that whatever the rest of the storage capacity that you've got, then that's what you've got to utilize for your music downloads or for your movie downloads or for whatever else you decide to download on your device. Okay, there is no memory expansion on either one of these devices, whether it be the Pixel 3 or the Pixel 3 XL. Now, one of the most important features that I love about the Pixel 3 and the 3 XL, you're looking at it, always on display. Ambient display. I really love that feature, just being able to glance over at your device, look at the time, look at whether or not you've got notifications. If you do have notifications, they're going to be listed right here underneath the time and the date, and you can just double tap on that and it'll take you right to the notification. If you got a security measure on your phone, then when you double tap, the phone is going to prompt you to use your fingerprint or your password or your PIN code or whatever to get into your phone. Then once you do so, then it will take you to whatever that notification is that you just double tapped on. All right. So as I mentioned, I returned my Google Pixel 3. Not that it was bad. It was just simply too small. I've got bad eyes. I need to make another appointment with the eye doctor. These are my prescription glasses, but no one told me that you're supposed to go every 2 to 3 years because, your vision seems to adjust every now and then, and you may have to get some stronger magnifiers on your device or on your glasses. And I find myself straining, even though these are prescriptions. I mean, so for me, just bigger screens just do it for me. Okay, so I had to get that bigger screen. I'm a fan of the notch. I like the way that the notch looks. I mean, if you take a look at this screen, I mean, really, that's beautiful. Look at those bezels. Look at the side bezels, man. Okay, you got a little bit of a chin, but I'm not concerned with that chin because Google is utilizing that chin. There's one of the dual front-facing speakers down there. Okay, mind you, this phone has dual front-facing speakers. You got one at the bottom and one at the top in the earpiece. And they sound absolutely magnificent. So I'm not tripping over the little chin down there at the bottom of the device. But this device just looks so clean and crisp. You know what I mean? I don't mind the notch or the ditch or whatever you want to call it, man. I know it's notch-ammonium in the mobile industry right now, but damn it, it is what it is, man. I'm turned out. Okay, I'm turned out by 18 and 19 by 9 aspect ratios. And like I said in the introductory video, I'm probably not going to get over that until I get my hands on an all-screen device where there's no notch, where the whole front of the phone is just all screen. Okay, I need that. So you guys may see that Vivo Nex or the Oppo Find X on the channel, but they're pretty pricey. Actually, that Vivo Nex is on Amazon right now for $609. That's actually not bad for the Snapdragon 710 variant. And I really want to try that processor, so maybe I'll invest in that and feature that here on the channel. Let me know if that's something that you guys want to see down below in the comments. The Vivo Nex S. Yeah. All screen, in-display fingerprint sensor, Snapdragon 710 processor, the all-new Snapdragon 710 processor. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. I may pick that up. I may pick that up. All right. Now, Pixel 3 XL, we've got a 6.3-inch 1440 by 2960 pixel POLED display. We've got an 82.8 screen to body ratio, which you guys just saw right there, and it just looks absolutely magnificent. All right. We've got an 18 by 5.9 aspect ratio. We've got a 523 ppi pixel density. We've got Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back. Okay, so protect your investment. We've got Gorilla Glass on the front and back. This phone does now have wireless charging, so I'm glad that Google finally did implement that, because now I can just simply take my Pixel 3 and wirelessly charge my device. Now, for all you individuals that have never exposed yourself to wireless charging, trust me, when you start doing it, it is one of those features where it's hard to do without once you start really getting accustomed to charging your devices wirelessly. I can do that with my iPhone XS Max here. I can do that with my Note 9 here. You know what I mean? So wireless charging is a critical factor. But again, the phone is glass on the front and the back in order to be able to enable us that type of luxury. So protect your investment. You definitely want to get a screen protector, get a case. I don't care about how durable these phone companies and these manufacturers and OEMs talk about how durable the phones are. If it's glass, it's breaking. Period. Okay? Period. If it's glass, it's breaking. I don't give a damn what grade of glass it is. It could be Gorilla Glass 10. If it drops from a certain height, it's breaking. Some devices, they may be a little bit more rugged. You know, they may be able to withstand little drops and scuffs here and there. But again, I mean, I don't want my device scuffed up. I don't want it scratched up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why you got to protect your investment. Case, screen protector. Man, I know that I've seen some scratch testing. You know, I watched Unbox Therapy this morning. Marquez Brownlee had some scratches on his phone and just talking about people keeping their Pixel 3s in the pocket with their keys and in the pocket with loose change. It's like, yo, hey Lou, I'm with you, boss. You know what I'm saying? He said it best. Choose a pocket and let that be the designated pocket for phone. You don't want to have your phone bouncing around in the same pocket where you got your key, your house keys, your car keys, loose change. It's like you're looking for the cosmetic beauty of whatever device you have to be completely damaged. And we see how easily this thing's scratched up. And I don't give a damn if you can just take your finger and just rub it off. That ain't the point. Because some of those scratches, depending on how deep they are, yeah, you may be able to rub them off to where they're not as visible. But I'm the kind of person, I am so detail-oriented and meticulous. If I know a scratch is there, even if you can't really see it much, it's going to bother me. It's going to bother me. You know what I mean? Now, for some of you out there that don't really give a damn about stuff like that, hey, man, you do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? You have your phone jingling around in your pocket with your keys and your change and your money and whatever else you got off in your pockets. It's you that got to look at that joint. You know what I mean? But also, you're spending hundreds of dollars on these phones. And so, are you really spending hundreds of bucks on these phones to have them all scratched up to be damned and just looking crazy? I don't think so. I know I'm not. So, protect your investment, ladies and gentlemen. Get a nice case, screen protector. Protect your investment. All right, Snapdragon 845 processor, 4 gigs of RAM. Not 6, not 8. 4. Google was like, we're not jumping on that 6 or 8 gig of RAM bandwagon. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. These 4 gigabytes of RAM would do us just fine. We got Android Pie in its purest form, optimized very well for excellent battery life and excellent overall performance. So 4 gig of RAM is what they stay true to. All right? 64 gigs of storage, again, non-expandable. 64 gigs is plenty for what I do. I don't need 128. So 64 gigs of storage, non-expandable. We've got an Adreno GPU of 630. And as I mentioned, we got Android 9 Pie, fresh out the box. Now, the cameras. On the rear, do we have a dual camera system? No, we don't. Why? Because Google kept it true. They're like, man, we got the best camera in the game. We got the best damn camera in the game. You know what I'm saying? We got the best damn camera in the game. You know what I'm talking about? We don't need to double up. We gonna keep the single camera on the rear. You know what I'm saying? 12.2 megapixel sensor with all the bells and the whistles that you could ever imagine. Portrait mode, pro mode, optical image stabilization. You know what I'm saying? You name it. It got it. You know what I'm saying? This may be the best damn camera that there is on any smartphone, man. This is what Google is claiming. A lot of people refer to this device as the camera, the best camera in a smartphone that became a better phone, as opposed to a better phone that had a good camera, but now the camera's even better. That's saying a lot. That's saying a whole lot about what people really think about the camera system on the Google Pixel devices. You know what I'm saying? And it's been the reigning champion since the first Google came out in the camera department. Now there's some others that are right there with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, this iPhone XS and this XS Max ain't no pump. And neither is this Note 9. So stay tuned because we gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm going to do some little camera comparisons and let you guys be the judge on what you think looks better out of these 3 devices. Me, I'm no expert. You know what I'm saying? I can't go into depth about all these camera specs and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'd sound foolish. But I do know one thing. What looks good and clear to the naked eye. You know what I mean? So I'll let you guys be the judge, man. Stay tuned. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss these videos as soon as they go live. Oh, because some comparisons is coming, yo. You know what I mean? It's coming. All right. Now, on the front of the device, we've got a dual 8 megapixel sensor setup. One is a wide angle lens. The other is a ultra wide angle lens. And so if you're trying to get everything in the background, you know what I'm saying? If you're in a beautiful place and you want to take a selfie, but you want to get that backdrop, you want to get a big photo of you and that landscape behind you, then man, you got that ultra wide sensor to do that. Okay, so Google, they switched it up. You know, they switched it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They do have a dual camera system, but it ain't on the rear. It's on the front. Switched it up a little bit. I like that, Google. I appreciate that. Sure, a lot of other people that have this device, they appreciate that too. All right. So that's your camera system right there. Now, the battery. We've got a 3,430 milliamp hour non-removable battery. You heard me correctly. 3,430 milliamps. That is the battery capacity. Battery should last you all day, every day. Pardon me, y'all. I'm delirious right now, man. I'm tired, and I'm trying to put this video together as professionally as I possibly can. But hey, this is my channel, man. I like to have fun with it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, 3,430 milliamps is what we got here in the Pixel 3 XL. Should it last you a full day? It should. Will it? Well, that depends on your usage. You know what I mean? However you use your device. If you're a media beast, then you may run into some problems. You may have to charge this phone every night. You know what I mean? Now, I think that this battery, as far as what I've been using it, it's a good, consistent day and a half for a charge. I can say that with confidence. Why? Because I've done it. You know what I mean? So the battery is definitely, it's got some sustainability, and you do have battery optimization options to be able to sustain battery life and get that extra staying power that you may need from your battery. But be mindful, when you do tap on those battery optimizations, there's always something that you have to do without. And so it very briefly gives you an indication, okay, if you turn on this power saving mode, then this is what you're going to have to do without. Or if you turn on this power saving mode, then it's going to give you this amount of battery life left over, but you may not be able to do this, that, or the other. Okay, so you guys got to be mindful of that. All right, now, we do have Type-C connectivity. We do not have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Who cares about that? Well, I'm sure a lot of you do. Me personally, I don't. But we do get Pixel Buds, wired Pixel Buds that come in the box that just slides right into that Type-C port. And I have found that when you when you plug into that Type-C port, things sound a little bit louder. Things sound a little bit more crisp. Things sound a little bit more clear. You know what I mean? Seems like Type-C has the ability to move and shake them frequencies a little harder than 3.5. So some of y'all may want to make the transition. But nonetheless, there is no 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but there is a dongle that comes in the box, Type-C to 3.5. So you ain't missing out on nothing, baby, other than the fact that you're just going to have to carry around an extra accessory if that's not something that you mind doing. But if you want to plug in through a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, guess what? That's just what you got to do. That's just what you got to do. Alright? But Google put it in the box. So they made it nice and convenient for you. It's not an added accessory that you have to go and purchase after you've already spent hundreds of dollars for the new device itself. Okay? So Google, they plug you, man. They put everything in the box. There's an information transfer device in the box to transfer all your data and your information from your old device to your new device. They plug you. They make sure you got everything that you need. Except for a damn case. That should have came in the box too, Google. Now I'm talking about Google. Damn. Alright. Now, other notable features. Wireless charging. You guys just seen that. Always on display. You guys see that. Bluetooth 5.0. NFC. The notch. That's a feature now, damn it. You know what I mean? Because if you look at this notch, yeah, it may be deep, but there's a purpose for it, man. They got 2 cameras in it. It has 2 cameras, 2 front-facing cameras, and in the ear receiver, that's one of those front-firing speakers. So, this notch has some very important elements built into it. You know what I mean? So, I don't care how ugly people may think that it is. Man, it's being utilized correctly. It's providing us with some nice tech that people are going to use on a daily basis. Who ain't taking selfies? Who ain't watching video content, movies and stuff all on their phones? You going to get optimum sound from that sound that's coming out towards you. You see what I'm saying? And we also have an IP rating, ladies and gentlemen. This phone is IP68 water and dust resistant. So if you spill a little something off on your joint, you know what I'm saying? You know, you at the club, kicking it, dancing, you know what I'm saying? Getting your freak on. Got your drink in one hand, Pixel 3 in the other, trying to captivate the moment, trying to capture the moment so you can create their memories. Somebody bump into you, you know what I'm saying? You spill your drink off all over your Pixel 3 XL. Guess what? It's still going to work. You ain't going to have to worry about your phone being damaged. You know what I'm saying? Now, the colors that you can get this phone in, you can get it in clearly white, which is what this is. All right, you see that? And I know I'm all black, everything, no racist, but man, I like to switch it up a bit. And I found that when you get the clearly white variant, then some of those scratches that the phone may get, they're not as visible. You see what I'm saying? You can get just black, and you can get not pink. Now that not pink is pretty dope. I mean, it's like a pinkish, like a rose gold kind of pink, but it's very faint. Right? It's actually a pretty nice little color. But it wasn't nice enough for me to get that. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, and for all you guys in the comments that's going to be tripping, oh man, why you just, the phone has been on the stand all the way into 18 minutes, man. You know? Hey, my videos are meant to be more teaching tools. If that ain't you, then just turn the video off right now, man. I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? My videos is long. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk about everything, or as much as I like to give as much information as possible. So if you ain't feeling that, just turn the video off right now. You know what I'm saying? Turn it off. I'm sure you can find yourself a nice 5, 6, 7 minute video. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna talk about half as much stuff as I'm talking about. All right? Now, you see the cosmetics for the screen, 6.3, corner to corner. There's that big ditch in the middle that is housing some very nice technology that we need in order to be able to help us take full advantage of what this phone has to offer. So I'm not mad about that notch or ditch or whatever you want to refer to it as. All right. Now, I do like the fact that there's a new orientation. Rather than scrolling open applications up and down, it's side scrolling. So we get kind of like an iPhone effect. We see the same type of effect on the Xiaomi devices. Okay. If you want to access your app drawer, boom, you just swipe up again. Here's your app drawer. Look at how buttery smooth that is. All right, hot knife through butter. Okay, now you can add applications to your home screen so that you can side scroll from side to side if that's something that you want to do. When you swipe hard to the right, you get your Google Now. This is where I get a lot of information about, movies, devices, football, my scores, Xiaomi Mi Mix 3, hands on. Oh, I'm gonna have to peep that. You see what I'm saying? And you just see just scrolling. Absolutely no lag at all whatsoever. All right. Open applications. Boom. Going to Google. You see how that just opened right up. I like the fact that they got rid of the capacitive keys. They're forcing you, just like the iPhone, to go more so gesture-based. Now, I know that on some of the other Android devices that are getting Android 9 Pie, it is an option to be able to have the capacitive keys at the bottom, meaning the back button, the home, and the recents key at the bottom. That's an option. That's not an option on the Google Pixel and the Pixel 3 and the 3 XL. There is no capacitive keys. You are going to have to navigate this device learning how to use them gestures, or you're just not going to know how to navigate your device, and it's probably not going to go well if those capacitive keys are something that you're used to. You don't have those luxuries on the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. Me personally, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? After using the iPhone and getting used to there not being a home button and all the stuff that the home button used to do, man, gesture controls are fine to me. They're totally fine to me. We do not have facial recognition in the Google Pixel 3 and the 3 XL. If I'm wrong about that, then somebody let me know, please, down in the comments where I go to access it. Because I've looked for Face ID or facial recognition, and I can't find it. I can't find it nowhere. It's nowhere to be found. All right, either I'm looking in the wrong spot, or it's just not on the device. So I'm gonna just go right now and say, because of the fact that I've looked extensively in the settings and I could not find the feature, I'm just going right now and saying that the phone does not have the feature. But we do have a fingerprint sensor right here, and it's properly placed right where it ought to be. All right. So, cosmetically, side of the device, volume rocker. There's our mint green power and sleep button. Right. I like that. Top of the device, noise canceling microphone, and then there's nothing else. Left of the device, nothing. Bottom of the device, here's our SIM tray, nano SIM, Type-C connector port for charging. We do have fast charging. This is a Type-C 3.1. So fast charging is going to get you from 0 to 0 to about 60 or 70% in about a half hour. And that's true to the game. It's very fast. Google, little G logo right there. Again, fingerprint sensor, and here's our 12.2 megapixel rear-facing primary camera, dual-tone LED flash, laser autofocus. All right. Now, you can double tap the screen. Okay, I'm not lying because I've double tapped it before to wake it up. All right, well, fingerprint sensor. Tap that. It's not the fastest fingerprint sensor, but it works fast enough. Okay, so tap it, and you see the phone just opens right up. Works 100% of the time. Okay, now swipe down. This is going to bring you your quick toggles, any notifications that you may have. If you swipe down again, boom, that's going to bring you to all your quick toggles, and you'll be able to sift through those. If you want to customize those, then you can just hit that little pin button that is right there. You tap on that, and then you can replace some ones, like the ones that you're not using. You can leave them down here, and if there's something in this column that you want to use, then you can just drag it up here so that when you do access them, then it will be in that up in that little section right there. Okay. Now, let's see. Settings. Very reminiscent of Android Oreo, but there are some changes. But again, one thing I have found is that a lot of the stuff that are in the settings menu, it's some of these things aren't as descriptive. Like there's not really a tutorial as to where to find these things. So, you know, like right now under network and internet, it says Wi-Fi, mobile data usage, hotspot. But there may be some other things in there that you may not see in that little description. You know what I mean? So I found myself having to literally just click on all these and try to find where stuff is. And I found the same thing with Oreo. You know, I mean, it wasn't a difficult transition, but I mean, it just wasn't, I didn't really feel as though it was all that user friendly as far as explaining where everything was. It's like little things that you may want to access are now somewhat hidden in these, in these different columns. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, I'm a huge fan of what LG does in giving you that tab view, because when you're in that tab view under the settings, I mean, it clearly states everything that's under whatever the category. So if you're under the networks category, then everything that's under that category is going to be listed. If you tap on display, then everything under display is going to be there. You're not going to have to go searching for anything. Okay, stay tuned because I'm gonna have an unboxing for the LG V40 as well, because I got that coming in too. But so, you know, I think that's a little minor annoyance, you know, with Oreo and Pi. But I mean, you know, once you get accustomed to where everything is, then of course you can just go into the settings and you'll just be able to go right into it. It's not really a big deal, right? All right, now flex into the camera. All right, so you see we got camera, portrait, panorama, video, and under more, you see we've got photosphere, slow motion, photo booth, playground, Google Lens, and the settings. We go into the settings. Same as what we saw in the Google Pixel 3 when I went through this. Okay, you've got a long list of settings and things that you can customize. We do have 4K recording on this device, and just gonna give it. Man, this camera, the detail, oh my goodness. The sharpness, the color reproduction. I mean, and you guys can see, like, if you look at the pictures, that's that ultra wide angle right there. That's the regular view, ultra wide angle. Then there's another regular view right there. You guys see the difference? I mean, this camera is just unreal, in my personal opinion. It is unreal. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for the first initial thoughts and impressions for the Google Pixel 3 XL. I know that this phone is definitely a good device. You know, you're getting the best of Android in its purest form. You got the new software with Android 9 Pie. Again, I'm still trying to familiarize myself with a lot of the changes, you know, in Pie, going from Oreo to Pie. So I'll definitely have more information about that in the full pristine review. But as of right now, things are looking good, and it's not like I mean, I expected that. I mean, this is the Pixel 3. I mean, this is Google's rendition of their phone that is going up against the likes of the iPhone XS Max, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, any of the other top tier device that's out there. I mean, so definitely stay tuned. Like I said, there's going to be some comparisons with these three phones here and some other phones. I got the Pocophone, you know, right here. That this phone is a lot cheaper than every one of these phones that you see, because this is 1,100, 900, 1,000. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I got over $3,000 worth of phones right here, just in front of you guys. This is just three phones. This is $3,000 right here. That's ridiculous. This phone right here, $300. All the latest 2018 specs, dope ass cameras. I got the camera video getting ready to drop and go live for the Pocophone. Man, I'm telling you, man, these are some nice devices that you guys see on your screen. But the amount of money that these OEMs are asking for them, I can't justify the price, man. I don't think that they're worth the price, especially when you can get devices like the Pocophone that perform just as good. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Pardon my long-windedness, but those of you that made it to the end, much appreciated. You guys know I'm long-winded, man, and you know my videos be long. I hear you guys be talking trash down in the comments. So like I said, my videos, they aren't for everybody. I feel like my videos are more so for teaching mechanisms. Not to say that other people aren't, but I really like to go into grave detail about what I'm talking about, just so that you have, if not all the information, most of the information that you're going to need to help you make a real, true, informed choice on what you want to spend your hard-earned cash on. You know what I mean? I take that very seriously, which is why I try to give the most amount of details possible in these unboxings and in pretty much any of these videos. I know a lot of times the unboxing videos are the ones that are the longest. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's the opportunity to cover, you know, the majority of what you're doing. I mean, from the software standpoint, hardware, you know, cameras, looking at all the features and functions, or most of them, and then anything else that I may have missed in the unboxing, then I'll follow it up in the pristine review. So that's just how I do it, y'all. You know what I mean? That's just how I do it. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Those that like this video, man, live on that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of more videos that I've done like this one. Definitely stay tuned for the camera video that's coming out, the pristine review that's going to follow the camera video, man, and so much more content to come. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, when that video goes live, you will be notified immediately. And you can check out the video and be one of the first ones to leave your questions or comments or feedback on what you saw. If there's anything that I missed that you want me to cover, then man, drop that down below in the comments as well, and I'll be sure to do my best to accommodate you guys in future videos. All right? So until the next one, man, you guys already know. Again, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Get spiritually fit. We're definitely living in the last days. And keep it pristine. This is the Google Pixel 3 XL, sitting amongst some stiff competition. And the iPhone XS Max, Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Is the 3XL the best? Things that make us go, Stay tuned for that pristine review and find out what pristine thinks. Catch y'all the next one. Peace.